yeah, I forgot there's a time lapse there. Let's see what that looks like when I do my time lapse, shall we? Give me a minute here, folks. This is kind of interesting to watch. All right. That's pretty neat. All right, folks. So welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Looks like I've got one viewer right now. So, hey, welcome. I had two there for just a second. So, very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. So, what do we got going on down here? All right, looks like everything is copacetic. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you showing up. Even if nobody shows up, I appreciate you not showing up. Fuck it. Let's have a vape. We got to start this shit out right. We got to have a vape. Got a little bit of my backlighting's a little. There we go. Let's have a vape. There we go. Delightful. Does anything else say love quite like a vape in the morning? I don't think so. All right, so let me click over here. All right. So we're going to talk about today is hypocrisy and vaping. Ooh, sounds like a subject, doesn't it? So I've been thinking about this particular topic for about 2-3 weeks now, and actually longer than that. But what really spurred it on is I was watching a YouTube video from a reviewer, and somebody in the comments had made a comment that wasn't, well, it could have been rhetorical. I don't think it was, but he asked a question that may not have made the reviewer look in the best light, and everybody ignored it. I mean, there was hundreds of people in the chat, and nobody pinged on it at all. And so I was like, that's a really good question. This person asked. So I sat down and thought about it for a while, and I noticed that a lot of reviewers do the same exact thing. And then I got to thinking about it. I'm like, well, you know what? We've had companies donate to the advocacy part of vaping, and they're spending their money on advocating for something and for taking a stand on something which is contrary to what they do. And I'm like, wow, this is getting deeper. And then I watched another video, and they were talking about vape drama and how we all need to work together as a vaping community, and it's us against them mentality, if you will. But that also goes against something that I've maintained for a long time, and I know I'm doing the whole teaser thing here right now, but I'll get into the specifics once we go along. I'll drop that's names, whatever. I don't give a shit. And then the other thing that also I was thinking about is who's usually the one who says, dude, we shouldn't focus on that. We should focus on something else. It's usually the one who did something fucked up and wants to change the direction of the conversation. And that's not necessarily all true, and I don't think anything we're going to be talking about here today is overly messed up, as it were. It's just something that I find interesting, if you will. But to that end, I wanted to put a disclaimer at the very beginning of this, okay? This is not for vape drama. This is simply a question. Simply a discussion that needs to be had, that I've thought of it before. Obviously, at least one other person has thought of it before. And there's been no resolution to our question. So this isn't about calling anybody out, even though some of the things I may say uh, will not be pleasant about some of the people we'll be talking about. Um, Keeping in mind, I've never met any of these people in person, so I don't know. They could be the nicest people in the freaking world. They could be great, but all I'm going off of is what you see when they're on this side of the camera. Same as here. You may not like how I sound or what I say or a particular thing when I'm reviewing a product. Well, you can do. My most famous one is, oh, you get a 4 millimeter coil in there. Yeah, you know what? You were right, people. You can get a 4 millimeter coil in there, but fucking why? There's no space for anything else. But that's for another day. Um, so anyway, so that's the purpose of this video is not to call out Grim Green or call out Matt or call out any of the other 20 billion fucking reviewers that are out there. All this is a simple question, and is why. And the question is, why do you say that pod systems and nic salts are killing the industry or causing detriment to the industry, yet you still review them? That's the question. And we'll get in a little deeper on each one of what each reviewer is kind of put out there. Unfortunately, I'm just now learning how to use this software, and so I haven't quite figured out yet how to bring in clips from certain videos, but that's coming. I've kind of got an idea. Just part of the problem is I'm going to have to sit through hours of because I don't remember exactly where something was said in what video it came out of. So, kind of leaking a little bit. Let's have a drink, shall we? Cheech has said, ban vaping with Vic. He should get a real job. Well, unfortunately, Cheech, vaping with Vic will not be one of the reviewers that I discuss because, quite simply put, I've not watched enough of his videos. If I'm looking for a specific item, like I'm wanting to buy something, and I'm wanting, like I will take for instance, where the hell is it at? It's the version 2 of something. What is that thing called? Shit. I can't remember what it's called. I'm looking right at it, but I can't remember what the hell it's called. But it was an RTA. And I was thinking about buying a few for the business, and so I wanted to get some feedback. And so I watched one of his videos, along with several other reviewers. But as a do I watch him weekly, monthly, annually, biannually, whatever? I think I can comfortably say I've watched probably no more than 5 of his videos. So maybe he should get a real job. Maybe he shouldn't. I don't know. But I don't know enough about him or what he said over the long haul. You got to keep in mind, this video is about me watching these reviewers, on a weekly, bi-weekly, 3 or 4 times a month kind of thing. And so you listen to what these people say over and over and over. And then when they talk about, when they go on a riff and start talking about stuff, that's where that comes from. So it's almost like, there's someone that you listen to a lot, so you can actually make a determination about what they're trying to say and what their position on shit is. So that's why the other one, I just discovered him like shortly before he quit, the vaping biker. Really loved him. Then he quit. but I just discovered him. Been watching Todd. I watched Todd forever until Todd kind of changed. He went on a hiatus for like 6 months or something like that, 6, 9 months, and then came back. And he does just mouth to lung stuff, which is not my. I don't have anything against people who use mouth to lung, but that's not the way I vape. And the things that he's showing is not anything I'm interested in. I like Todd. I like the dog. You know what I mean. I like how he presents stuff. You know, some of his stories and stuff like that. But what gets me in the door is the item that he's reviewing. Or if I have any interest in it whatsoever. I've watched a few of the mouth to lung ones, like that big son of a bitch. They keep coming out with 20 million different freaking versions of it. It's not the K-Fun. It's the Squape. That's what it is, the Squape. I've watched like 3 or 4 of those videos. I would never own one. That's just, but I mean, they're beautifully machined and all that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So the point being is the reviewers I'll be talking about today, I either currently still watch or I used to be religious followers of. And these are some of the things that they have said that confuse me. One of them, which I do not watch now, for all I know, he's changed whatever whatever his stance was, but somehow I seriously doubt it. So, we're going to have another vape here. Rocking, this is my own personal mod. Made this myself. It's I think there's 2700s in here. It's set up for 21 or 2700s. Running Paraseries, got a .29 build, 6mm diameter in coil, and so a little bit of menthol in here. So pick your vape up and take a fucking vape. Oh, this vaping thing is awesome, man. That's all there is to it. It is just... Hold on, I got a rag over here. Sorry about that. Excuse the mess in the back. I'm trying to organize stuff and I'm running out of damn room. So that's always fun. Alright, so let's talk about this whole pod system and Nick Salt. I've been going off for Nick Salts and vape pods about fucking forever. Can't stand them. Don't see the point in them. What I've always said is this. A regular cigarette has between 18 and 21 milligrams of nicotine per cigarette. And you're trying to tell me you need a fucking 50. To me, that is... and I've said this before in other forums. Well, I need to stop drinking beer, so I'm going to change over to whiskey. That's what it's like for me. The whole reason to quit vaping is, at least to my understanding, is to reduce your harm and not do the whole cancer thing, which everybody knows cancer sucks, and we all know cigarettes give it to you. We also all know that nicotine does not give you cancer. We know that. So why would I go off on these high nicotine things? Amen, Cheech. 20 milligrams is plenty enough. Now, I will, truth in advertising, when I first started vaping, I started on 24. Did that for about a week, and then I noticed I was over-nicking myself. My eyes would start twitching and shit, and so I dropped down to an 18. But why would I have a problem with someone who's on a 50? I mean, to each their own, right? Well, the point is what we're finding out is, one, the nicotine is mixed with some sort of acid to make it smoother. Okay, what's the side effects of that? Whenever I hear the word acid, I don't have cheery fucking thoughts in my head. I don't go, oh, well, boric acid, well, sign me the fuck up. Let's put some of that in my body. So, I don't know what the acid is that they're putting in there. I've heard the name of it once before, and quite honestly, if I wasn't such a lazy fucker, I'd look it up my damn self. But they're mixing this nicotine so that it's not harsh. that's what a cigarette smoker wants, is throat hit. Okay? So you're taking away that throat hit. Now you're making an addictive product more addictive. So now you're going to have people who are literally addicted to nicotine. People aren't addicted to tobacco because of the nicotine. They're addicted to the tobacco because of all the other myriad of chemicals that they put in there that make the shit hyper addictive. So that you do have the withdrawal symptoms. It's not just the nicotine. But these people have fucking science. Isn't it great? They found a way to fucking hook you without adding all those other fucking chemicals. Bless their fucking hearts. Oh, right here. Right here. Yeah. No. No, that's bad. Nicotine does have some negative side effects. And especially at that high level. I personally vape a 3. That's 3% of the total volume is nicotine. That is incredibly fucking low. Even 6, 9 is an incredibly low number of in that juice. I mean, only 9% of it is nicotine. That's just stupid low. You get 9% off from the store, you're like, fuck it, I'll pay the few more pennies. I mean, that's nothing. 50, on the other hand, it's a bit much. Now, there is the argument that some have said that that's what they need. They need that much nicotine in order to quit. Okay, well, then Here, I guess, is my question. How did all the other millions of people quit before Juul came out? Was it a fluke? Was it, just some random ass lightning shit? No, it was not. It was, they made a decision. And that's what it comes down to. That is my number one bitch against pod systems and against Nick salts. Is they're trying to take away anything that would potentially cause you not to take up vaping. They're trying to make it 100% foolproof. Nothing is 100% foolproof. And I don't care who you are. If you are looking to quit smoking cigarettes, you can do it with vaping. But unfortunately, it's not smoking. It's vaping. It's something completely different. And so, if you're wanting to quit cigarettes and change over to vaping, I have very, very, very bad news for you. You might have to be a little uncomfortable. Just a little. Whenever you quit anything else in this world, be it alcohol, be it drugs, soda, anything that you're trying to quit, there's always a little bit of uncomfortable. That's part of the process. It strengthens your mental, your toughness, your desire, your determination, if you will. You can't just quit something without repercussions. Just like if someone gives you a car, you're more likely to crash it than if you buy the damn car yourself. Because you're invested in the process. You have to be unfucking comfortable. I'm sorry if you don't want to be uncomfortable, that you can't quit putting cigarettes in your mouth that you know are going to fucking kill you. You know this. This is not a secret. And you don't want to be just a shade discomforted to not die of that cancer. I do not have sympathy for you. I apologize. Not who I am. I'm the one who will meet you halfway. I won't fucking carry you the whole fucking way. So, that's in a nutshell why I don't like Nick salts and pod systems. because and that feeds into the whole youth thing. The whole use. It's not an epidemic, obviously, but it is concerning. It is most definitely concerning. Cheech, what are the six? Tastes nasty though after a week or two of vaping. You know? I thought the same damn thing. I really did, Cheech. Um, but what I found is I work in a vape store 2 days a week. Just I've been doing it for 5 years now, and I don't know why, but I still do it. I enjoy, meeting people who are coming off cigarettes and talking with them and convincing them that they are making the right decision. But um, I've seen people who vape like I do. You know what I mean? People at my level, you know what I mean, running God knows how many fucking watts, building your own 6 millimeter coils. I mean, I think, where I'm at is pretty much, really the kind of, I'm sitting on the top of the mountain. I am not the top of the mountain, but I'm sitting on the top of the mountain. It doesn't get much better than this. And I've seen people who do this or slightly lower than this go back to smoking cigarettes. And they know. I've known people who work in vape stores who converted people from smoking to vaping. Go back to smoking cigarettes. Ugh. Drives me up for it. That's one thing I'll never understand. I'll never understand how you can. I tried a cigarette once, like 2 years into vaping. I took a pack of cigarettes off someone who I got onto vaping. They came in the store. I just went and bought a pack of cigarettes, and I told them, "You're gonna have to give me those fucking cigarettes. You ain't walking out the door with the fucking cigarettes." And so I took them from them, and I put them in a drawer. Didn't think nothing about it. And then like a couple weeks went by. I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I've got those in the drawer. Let's try one just for shits and giggles." And oh my god, it was bad. I don't understand how people can willingly, after tasting the yummy, delicious goodness that is vaping, I don't understand how they can go back. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I mean, that's like, someone who, I don't know, I can't think of anything that's equal to that, really. I can't think of anything you would quit that is that tastes that nasty that you would be willing to go back to it. I don't get it at all. But anyway, so let's get back to let's have a drink and a vape. My God, I'm getting over an allergy thing, and having to take this Flonase stuff, and it dries you out and makes you thirsty as shit. Oh, all right. So, do a real check here and see. Hey, we got 2 viewers. Yay! Hey, Cheech, you got company. I don't know who the fuck it is, but you got company. I was gonna have a vape. Yeah, it's one of those days. It's too early in the morning for this live stream shit. Um, Oh, I remember the MIDI Nautilus, man. Oh, and that was a good device. That really was. Um, but that's going to tie into actually something I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. When it comes to Basardo, because I don't watch him anymore, and I'll get into the reasons why. But the mini Nautilus, I mean, at the time, I remember when the Nautilus came out. Oh my God, that was just so much better than the freaking Ego Sticks, man. I mean, oh my God. I mean, there wasn't anything else. I mean, Kanger had the. Yeah, I can see that. Um, what was it? The Kanger Tech. Shit, I just looked at one the other day. Hell, I think I've got one. Uh, yeah. Let's see here. What is this thing called? The Aero Tank. That's right. Yeah, I actually know someone. I actually sold someone not too long ago Nautilus, and it works great for them. I've not actually tried the Nautilus X, but do you remember this, people? Let's see. Will that focus in? Hold on. Well, I don't know how to focus this one. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think maybe old-fashioned way. There we go. The Aero Tank by Kangertech. This is the giant, big ass fucking thing. Itty bitty little coil. He's adorable. But yeah, that was really the only thing that was out there before Nautilus came out, and Nautilus just changed the game. Aspire has changed the game like 2 or 3 times. They're pretty freaking awesome. Chinese company or not, they have changed the way we as vapors vape like 3 fucking times now. That's pretty awesome. Kudos to you, Aspire. Kudos to you. You do good work over there. Kanger, I kind of like you too, just not as much. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, so where was I? Okay, yeah, we were ranting on people who say they can't quit. And yes, you can. You can. You just have to put some effort into it and be done with it. So that brings us to today. We have a proliferation of pod systems and nic salts on the market. And that seems to be all the politicians are focused on. They're not focused on RDAs. They're not focused on sub-ohm tanks. They're not focused on little mouth to lung fuckers like this. They're focused on nic salts and pod systems because they're small, easily hideable, don't make a lot of vapor, so it's hard to tell if someone's actually using them. Very pocket friendly. Oh God, dude, you really have to bring up the CE4s. Ugh. Oh my God, those are fucking horrid. Oh, I think we've still got some at the shop, dude. I'm not even lying. I think I've still got a package of 5 at the shop. Those damn CE4s. Oh my God, were those things horrible or what? Can you? I mean, it's just amazing how far we've come. And I've not even been vaping as long as some of the old heads like Grim Green or the other all the other reviewers been vaping since 9 or 10, even 11 or whatnot. God, they were the progress that we have made it's just amazing, and to see that progress manifest itself in the way that it has really kind of just fucking breaks your heart. It does. How long have I been recording for anyway? Okay, so 32 minutes? Wow, and I haven't even got to the fucking topic. God damn. Ugh. Oh, shit. Ain't nobody gonna watch this one this fucking long. I like to think I'm entertaining, but I am fucking not. Oh, man. So let's get to the crux of it then, shall we? We all know that's why the governments are fucking with us, is because teens are using nic salts and pod systems. We know this. We know that there are some viable uses for pod systems. There's a few scenarios. I use one when I'm at an event where I can't have a big monster like this. Sometimes I'll take a pod system. I don't put anything higher than a 6 in it, but I have used them before. So, I mean, that could be considered hypocritical? Maybe. So, maybe I'm accusing myself of the own hypocrisy. But to go on YouTube and to spout, how bad it is, these pod systems, they suck, these nic salts, they're killing us, all this other stuff. And I've heard that from multiple reviewers. Multiple. I've heard it from Grim Green. I've heard it from Matt. Yeah. I think they did too. I've heard it from every fucking reviewer that I've ever watched. Is if it wasn't for these Nick salts, we wouldn't be having the issues that we are having now as far as legislation goes, as far as banning goes. And I don't think anybody actually would argue with that. When, on August 8th of 2016, the deeming regulations were supposed to go into effect, and they kept pushing them back and pushing them back and pushing them back. And you're like, okay, they can just keep doing this forever. And then Nick salts. And then boom. Now we have legislation. Now the states are getting involved. Now the states are just straight out banning vaping. And we all know it's because of, it was the vitamin E acetate. It's the MSA money. You know that. I know that. The average motherfucker just doesn't know that and does not give a shit. It's disheartening how much people do not care about something that can save lives and think that it's actually more dangerous than actual smoking. To me, that's just ludicrous. But that's what bringing the kids in brought us. And there were kids who were vaping before pod systems. Yes, there were. But it wasn't near as bad. I mean, it really wasn't, because you can't hide this shit. Even a sub-ohm tank, you can't hide that. You can't hide the vapor that comes from it. You can't put it in your pocket and not notice there's a fucking bulge there. It's just you can't. Yeah, I know, but if I'm not mistaken, doesn't the UK have restrictions in that the TPD or something like that? Didn't they put restrictions on the level of nicotine that you could sell? Because these kids aren't using this nicotine as a smoking cessation device. They're using this device to get high. 50 nicotine on someone who doesn't use nicotine, you're going to catch a fucking buzz. And that's why they're using it. They're not using it to quit smoking. They're not using it to do anything else other than to get high, which is what fucking teenagers do. When I was a kid, teenagers licked fucking frogs to get high. I'm not fucking lying. We have 25, so they find it too difficult to source. Right. Exactly. They don't have readily accessible, and there's even some that I've even seen that right before September of this year, I was seeing 60 milligram, 75 milligram pods coming out. That's fucking nuts. That is insane. So, regardless of what we know is problematic within this industry, the truth is the public perception is the kids. They have molded this beautifully. And we know that while it may not be an epidemic, there is a problem with youth picking up vaping devices. But they're not vaping devices that we, the people who would watch this channel, or Grim Green's channel, or Matt's channel, or P. Pizzardo's channel, or Mike, or any of these fucking channels. That's not what vapors use. There's some vapors who will use a pod system or a disposable with what they're using for situational reasons. But that's not their main gig. So the problem is, the reason why we have legislation pending in most states, or it's already gone through where they're banning shit, is because of the pod systems and Nick Salt. If nobody said it before, there you go. I done said it for you. But I've heard other reviewers say very similar statements. Nick Salts are stupid. A 50 nick is stupid. A 60 nick is stupid. And that is what is killing the industry. Yet, with all that, what do you use nic salts in? You don't use them in a fucking RDA. You certainly don't use them in a TFV16. You certainly don't use them in a Freemax, what is that thing called? Fireluke Freemax, or whatever the hell that thing's called. You certainly don't use it in a Prince tank. What do you use salt nicks in? Oh yeah, pods. That's the only reason they're designed, is to handle these high nicotine juices. Now, granted that few reviewers here have come out with something they're calling unsalted, which basically is just higher regular free-base nicotine juices to get on the shelves. But we've had that at our store forever. I mean, kudos to them for thinking they came up with an original idea. Hey, you know what? More power there, kids. But my brand is, if you go to my website and buy my brand, you have a drop-down menu of 0, 3, 6, 12, 18, 24. We sell 12 nick in my store. 12 or 9. I'm afraid you did not invent the wheel. Sorry about that. Lots of luck. I hope it takes off for you. But we've been doing this shit since day one. We carry the higher nicotine juices, the 12s, the 18s, the 24s, just for mouth to lung people. There's a few knuckleheads out there that will vape, a 12 or an 18 out of a sub-ohm tank. Hey, okay, dude. You're a big kid. You can make your own decisions. But, kudos on them for coming up with that wholly original idea. So, that's what pod systems are for. Pod systems are for nic salt. Most pod systems aren't a true mouth to lung anyway. I know the Norded. I know most of them aren't. Most of them with a refillable pod are not a true mouth to lung. Mainly the ones that are closed systems are the ones where you're getting your true mouth to lung hit. So that's my question. Is if you realize what's killing the industry, why the fuck do you keep reviewing the stuff? That's hypocrisy. This is killing us, but hey, check this out. Yeah, how about that? Isn't that pretty? It comes in a wide variety of colors. So, but this isn't, and I think I'm being pretty good here. This isn't, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not saying, oh, you're an asshole. I'm not saying, we should all ban against you and all that other stuff. No, I'm just simply asking a question. If you know that this is bad for our industry and you want to continue vaping in the style that you vape, why would you promote them? Why would manufacturers, Smoke, iJoy, all these other companies that have donated advocacy, why would you donate money? I mean, I'm trying to think of a nice analogy here, because this an analogy would be beautiful right here. Something about shooting yourself with your own fucking bullets. You're giving us, you're giving all these advocacy groups money to help fight vaping bans, when the best way to help fight the bans is not to make the fucking products that are getting us banned. Does that make sense? Or is that just me? Is that just me? Because it could just be me. Oh yeah, it's still harm reduction, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's harm reduction or not, because what's going to happen is they're going to harm reduction themselves into a banned fucking product. I would rather have sensible legislation on this than a straight up prohibition on everything. This is the way I look at it. And they are. They have got the money, they've got the resources, and they've got the time to do nothing but fuck with us. And if you don't believe it, read about Massachusetts. Read about the New Jersey ban. Hell, look at California. For being a liberal ass state, them son of bitches don't let you do shit. I mean, damn. I never was a California fan, but to begin with. But man, them people are fucking asshats. They won't let you do nothing out in California. Everything causes cancer. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, you got cancer warning on sponges, for God's sakes. All right, so probably not going to get into the whole Phil Bizarro why I don't like him thing. We're running at 45 minutes, so this may be a multiple parts. This may be an ongoing ass series, Hypocrisy and Vaping, because I see all kinds of stupid shit on a daily basis, and I haven't gotten into half the shit I fucking teased you with earlier, and I apologize for that. But I feel it deserves more time. Yes, they will. They're going to pull the plug on most of us for years. I've already kind of thinking about, what I'm going to do next. I have opinions about shit. I'm thinking about just doing a regular, opinion channel. You know what I mean? Because why not? But anyway, but I don't have enough time here at 45 minutes, 46 minutes. Nobody's going to sit around and watch this son of a bitch for this long. Anyway, unfortunately, not that it's monetized or I'm making any money off of it. I don't monetize my videos. I refuse to do it. But there's a few other things that I teased in the beginning of this that I really haven't touched on. So I might make a part 2 of this. Watch this, go back and watch this and see what I said at the beginning I would talk about, and then pick it up there. Make it like a part 2 or something. So I think that's it. So, Cheech, rock on, brother. I'm assuming you're over there in the UK because you've mentioned it a few times. Thank you for watching, brother. I actually appreciate that. It's a global community. Oh, fuck, I'm fucking funny. So anyway, I think I'll wrap it up there. Thank you, everybody, who watched. I don't know how many. Let's see how many people. I had 3 people watching. It won't tell me right now how many total have watched. It'll do that in the doodad. But anyway, thank you for watching. We'll probably do a part 2 to this. You know what? Let's vape this stuff, people. We will persevere. We're gonna make it through this. All right. I hope like hell we do. So keep on vaping, and we'll see ya next video.